Hi, everyone. I'm happy to be here today to share how Belden is enabling manufacturers to retrofit their existing machines and equipment for digitalization and Industry 4.0 optimization of the shop floor operations. I'm David Ricks. I'm the AWS Alliance Lead here at Belden. In today's environment, manufacturing and industrial companies face challenges in enhancing operational efficiency and visibility within your manufacturing and logistic processes. So to remain competitive, these companies need a reliable and scalable industrial networking solution to support automation, enable real-time data collection, and facilitate communication and collaboration across their operations. So with Cure, networking, seamless data collection and orchestration, data transmission solutions, backed by a full suite of products, software, and services, Belden is uniquely positioned to tackle these problems for customers at scale, and we do this globally. A little bit about us. Belden has over 120 years of innovation, providing networking and cabling products and data solutions. Making connections is Belden's legacy. Our products were instrumental in everything from Edison's early inventions to the first walk on the moon, from the birth of television to high-speed streaming. Belden has played a role in all of these societal leaps. So you'll hear me say it many times throughout this presentation. Belden is about connection. We've been designing and providing connection solutions for over 120 years, and we have the resources, the investment and talent, the global reach to solve complex challenges. So today, we're forward-looking toward the next chapter of connections, leveraging connections that's enabled by artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and 5G technology. Belden is a global company with regional presence across North and South America, EMEA, Asia, and Australia. We have the capacity and reach to handle operational challenges, whether they're small or large, locally or globally. We're 8,000 employees strong with $2.8 billion in revenue, and we're publicly traded. Now, I state these facts to reinforce our ability to solve complex problems on behalf of our customers as a trusted resource for our customers and our partners. Belden supports critical infrastructure. You can think of critical infrastructure as the technology and systems that once they're turned on, they can't be turned off. So think both hospital and healthcare systems, utilities and power plants, mass transit, communication, and manufacturing. Belden enables this constant connection to critical infrastructure that we all rely on with network, security, and data solutions that's made for data acquisition, data orchestration and contextualization, data transmission, and data management. These solutions are made to endure extreme situations like cyber attack, floods, extreme heat environments, all while keeping you connected and performing at your required capacity. Belden solutions allow customers to connect their existing systems to gather data, make sense of the data, so that you can make data-guided decisions that improve your OT environments. Within these environments, we solve digitalization of sensor and machine data, whether that's legacy or newer assets, over-the-wire and over-the-air network convergence, data transmission, edge computing and application management, and central orchestration. So when we talk about complete connection solutions, we're not talking about formulas that we just pulled off of a shelf and handed to you. We're talking about solution roadmaps and implementation supported, tailored to your specific business parameters and your needs. We work backwards from your strategic business outcomes. Now, we're able to do this because of our long-standing commitment to connection. As it says here, Belden connects people, information, and ideas. Belden connects multiple sources of data to multiple destinations. Now, to do this, data has to be generated. It has to be moved in a secure, reliable, and cost-effective manner. It has to be stored and processed. This is not an easy journey. It's very complex, and it's unique to every customer. So we take the time to understand each customer's operation and design a data flow around those operations, and then design a solution that meets those needs. So these solutions provide the data that customers need to optimize their business and improve their customers' experience. We enable this connectivity with data capture and transmission products. These are our physical hardware, like our cable and wire products. Then we have our active components for data orchestration and management. These are our I/O links, our network equipment, our edge gateways, protocol converters, and software. And we use these to manage applications and devices that send data to its data destination, like AWS. Now, with both active and passive components, Belden offers solutions for data acquisition and transmission, as well as network resilience. Additionally, we can connect any data from a sensor, a PLC, a SCADA, MES, historian, without interfering with the process control system and without overloading your network. So our portfolio ensures that all elements of industrial network can understand and interpret data and commands from each other, which simplifies the integration of various technologies from different suppliers. It enables standardization, and it creates a cohesive and interconnected industrial ecosystem, all built with resilience in mind and with the capacity to recover and restore normal operations when a part of the system fails or degrades. So some of the customer challenges we see, it relates to the complexity involved in industrial IoT and industrial AI projects that require data from the shop floor. Difficulties including connecting to or retrofitting legacy systems, managing and orchestrating different OT data formats and protocols, data contextualization and normalization. And then there's challenges with pre-processing edge compute, the management of assets and apps. Then there's the scalability challenge, which means going from a proof of concept to rolling out a solution factory-wide or across multiple facilities. And then last but top of mind is first securing the OT network and connectivity throughout its journey from the factory floor to the cloud. And we make it easy and efficient to get your data to your destination, whether that's an on-prem database, whether that's an MES system, ERP, or to AWS Cloud for further analytics and insights. The data Belden connects to end users solve business challenges, including improving OEE, the overall equipment effectiveness, machine or asset performance management, and asset conditioning. And then there's energy use optimization, just to name a few. All things that impact our manufacturer's bottom line and operational capacity. We make it easy for customers to accelerate their digital transformation. We provide the network backbone that's secure, resilient, and highly available, including the hardware, cabling, services like networking and cybersecurity audits, and data solutions. With Belden, you get a one-stop shop with transformational outcomes. Now, I know I've made it sound easy, but these solutions customers require can sometimes be very complex. And we're able to work out these challenges alongside our customers at one of our 5 customer innovation centers. We have one that's located on the west coast of the United States in Santa Clara, California, and then we have one in Chicago, Illinois. Next, we have one in Stuttgart, Germany. There's Bangalore, India, and then Shanghai, China. These centers are built for you to design your solutions and begin validation testing, like from cyber attacks, and ensuring that we meet your performance metrics. So when you work with us, you gain the ability to make seamless connections across the globe. Our products and solutions are deployed in nearly every region of the world, and our people work in almost as many places. We have business hubs in the Americas, Europe, Middle East, and Asia Pacific, and 30+ manufacturing locations worldwide. These complete connection solutions can be powerful business drivers across a variety of industries. And the verticals Belden operates in include industrial automation, mass transit, energy and utilities, and then there's smart buildings and smart infrastructure. So when you work with Belden, you gain access to a network of technical talent and best-in-class partners working as one team to solve your business challenges. We'll maximize the value of your data with infrastructure that helps disparate systems work in harmony. And then you'll gain a pathway to innovation, whether that takes the form of incremental improvements or game-changing transformations. Through our growing ecosystem of hardware, technology, and software partners, we help customers access and leverage their data to generate insights and improve their operations. We partner with cloud providers like AWS, system integrators like Accenture or Slalom, IoT platform vendors, and technology companies to offer full coverage of the required technology stack and the necessary services to implement multiple use cases from different industries. So I'll be highlighting one of the system integrators that we work with, who's Slalom, who supported one of our customers to implement an end-to-end data solution. We'll talk about this more later in our presentation this morning. So Belden connects OT systems to IT systems, providing greater visibility, uniform governance, interdepartmental collaboration, and overall actionable insights into your business. So why choose Belden? I mentioned it earlier, when you choose Belden, you get a one-stop shop to connect industrial data silos, including hardware, software, and services. We provide a secure, resilient network backbone to get your data where it needs to go. And we're vendor agnostic with over 300 plus industrial protocols that we support, with built-in security at every layer of your solution. As I mentioned, we're 120 years of industrial experience, so we have the background, the experience, and ability to solve complexities regardless of the size of the company or the scope of the challenge. So when we talk about a Belden solution, what we mean in more specific terms is a unique combination of products, software, and services designed by Belden experts to address a specific customer need. Cable and wires to connect the sensors, software that orchestrates, contextualizes, and sends data to where it needs to go. And then the services to understand your existing environment with networking and security assessments, data design and strategy based on the way that you do business. And as a single pane of glass, Belden Horizon is our platform that gives you a window into the components of your solution and a view into what's possible for your business. So today, Belden is comprised of over 20 brands, including Hirschman, ProSoft, Lundberg Automation, and CloudRail. These brands come together to offer customers of all sizes and complexity with the flexibility that they need to achieve their business outcome, outscale. We combine best-in-class products and services across the continuum of network and data infrastructure to address your organization's best specific needs. Our solutions can safely handle the vast amount of real-time data, audio, and video that's captured and transmitted. Industrial network solutions offer innovative solutions to meet your current and future network infrastructure requirements in mature and emerging markets. Belden provides the network backbone needed to support current and future needs. And then there's our orchestration and data management solutions like CloudRail and Belden Horizon Data Operations, along with security consoles, switches, routers, and management software. So putting it all together, the data acquisition and transmission solutions, along with the data orchestration and management software, come together to improve the business outcome of many of the most trusted brands that we recognize globally. So whether you're an IoT leader, you're the head of innovation, a CTO, quality manager, Belden brings value to your organization. Value including ensuring the on-time delivery of products by preventing unplanned downtime, ensuring sensitive data is protected, isolating and managing traffic, and unifying and transforming data with varying protocols. So we talk to the different line of business leaders to ensure the solution you get meets the needs of the entire organization. So by now, you're starting to get a picture of how Belden connects disparate sources of data to its intended destination, all while ensuring that the data is safe, contextualized, ready for further processing and analytics. So by now, you're starting to see how Belden connects disparate sources of data to its intended destination, while ensuring that the data is safe, contextualized, ready for further processing and analytics. And we integrate with AWS services like IoT Core, SiteWise, S3, Amazon SageMaker, and Grafana. So when it comes to our data solutions, we have CloudRail, which allows you to connect to AWS services automatically by detecting IO-Link sensors and contextualizing the data. This is great for brownfield sites where sensors connect to legacy, oftentimes older equipment. Additionally, we have Belden Horizon Data Solutions, which includes data management solutions, solutions that contextualize disparate sources like historians, PLCs, and robots. Finally, there's the recent release Belden Horizon platform that I mentioned earlier. It provides a single pane of glass, making OT management effortless by unifying data into a single source of truth. The following architecture shows the ease in which data can flow from sensor to AWS Cloud with native integrations to AWS SiteWise. So with CloudRail, you literally can get data into AWS in as little as 5 minutes. With Belden Horizon Data Operations, it allows you to connect to many more data sources. It contextualizes and unifies that data before sending it on to AWS for further processing. So bringing these solutions together, CloudRail and BHDO, along with the necessary cabling and hardware, Belden provided our customer Rayrick Pacific with a solution it needed to modernize its operations across several facilities. Rayrick Pacific reached out to Belden when they were challenged and wanted to improve their operations by understanding what was happening on the shop floor. Rayrick's manufacturing facilities were composed of disconnected systems that require manual input to make changes to any of their processes, meaning that many of the things in their environment had to be physically touched by a worker whenever a change was needed. They needed a solution that would connect legacy equipment and newer equipment of ages varying from 3 months old to 52 years old, with over 300 different protocols, and they needed it to be cost-effective and adaptive to their existing infrastructure. Ultimately, they wanted to deploy an MES system based on AWS. There was the need for the operator of the injection molding system to have access to the MES to understand what the business needs to produce. The operator needed to use the HMI at the machine to make changes. And so there was the requirement for the bidirectional path between the injection molding and the MES system in the cloud, which would allow for making decisions at the MES level, automate decisions through machine learning that would write changes to the machine. So this was a complex challenge that was made for Belden to tackle. Alongside Belden, Rayrick identified 76 work centers across 7 different sites that included 125 robots, 7 hot plate welders, 10 distinct material blending systems, and 300 PLCs across 7 different brands to connect to a unified data system. Rayrick partnered with Belden and our system integrator partner Slalom to create a comprehensive data framework that accounted for the varying technologies and machinery that would minimize the number of things sitting on the edge while maximizing the number of things on the shop floor connected to it. So early on, we established a POC and chose AWS SiteWise as the mediator for all the communication between the MES system and the on-prem machines. So by deploying CloudRail and Belden Horizon data operations, Belden provided a segregated network that would scale across all facilities and ensure security at every layer. So the solution for Rayrick included a data design strategy for machine-level access to AWS, and ultimately, communication between GE Prophecy, which was their MES system. There was the joint collaboration between AWS and Belden, AWS and GE, Belden and Slalom, in order to determine the data orchestration strategy. Our project management office and services team managed implementation plant to plant, while Belden directly guided Rayrick software deployments across the facility. And the results spoke for themselves. There was improved quality. There was the gathering of meaningful data for trend and pattern analysis. And then there was the allowing for prototyping digital work cell orchestration. And Rayrick was ultimately able to find new and innovative ways to standardize and reshape their operations on the shop floor. Rayrick is just but one example of a joint Belden and AWS customer where Belden has improved their factory operations. There's an automaker whose poor segmentation meant traffic was overwhelming their devices on the network. So Belden delivered a solution that allowed them to break 70% first pass yield in about 3 weeks. Then there's a manufacturing company who needed to increase production without purchasing additional equipment. So Belden's solution improved their OEE by 5%, and they saw a return on their investment in less than 1 year. Finally, I'll point to a busy airport that needed to improve their uptime of the conveyor system so that they can keep up with more than 7,000 assets and deliver luggage to their customers on time. So with Belden, they were able to predict failures on key assets months before they happen and implemented better scheduling while reducing reliance on spare parts. These are all examples where Belden can connect, contextualize, and convey the data where it needs to go so that you can make better decisions and improve your operations. These use cases are part of the driving force behind the Industry 4.0 adoption, allowing manufacturers to leverage systems that typically support the IT side of the business for the shop floor operations, and connecting legacy equipment with data solutions that provide business outcomes manufacturers need. Belden solutions enable asset management and predictive maintenance of your assets, the ability to leverage AI and AI/ML on factory floor operations in order to automate and gain deeper insights into operational and production environments. We ensure that data gets where it needs to be, both securely while boosting your network backbone. We contextualize that data from different sources and protocols and employ a unified namespace to give meaning to all the captured data. And we do this globally with the help of our system integrators who support these deployments. So together with AWS, Belden improves manufacturing operations with solutions including asset performance management, asset condition monitoring, energy use optimization, and optimized equipment efficiency. Belden connects, captures, unifies, and processes data, then sends the data to AWS Cloud where purpose-built IoT services can then store, analyze, and provide real-time insights, prepare for machine learning, and automate operations. Belden accomplishes this by being vendor agnostic, meaning that we can connect and make sense of data from over 300 different protocols, securely and resilient to handle your networking and data management needs. Our process when working with customers starts with understanding their goals and desired outcomes and working backwards to deliver a custom solution. We leverage workshops, whether that's in person at one of our CICs or virtually. We conduct POCs to validate these proposed solutions, training, and provide support all along the way. So how can you engage with Belden? Well, you can reach out to us directly. My contact information is david.ricks, that's R-I-C-K-S, at belden.com. You can also find us in the solution library where Amazon, inside the Amazon Partner Network. Well, you'll find us under software, hardware, services. And then we're actively working to be more natively integrated in more AWS solutions like Industrial Data Fabric. And you'll find more to come on that later this year. So I thank you for your time. You can find us in our booth in Kiosk 29. You can also find us in a demo with PwC, which is right by our booth. And then there's a demo with IDF right behind this stage. If you have any questions, please come see us in our booth, again, at Kiosk 29. Thank you.